Donald Trump continues to be in full-blown panic mode over everything that's coming out about him and Jeffrey Epstein, and of course, the political backlash he's getting from not only Democrats, but also Republicans. His first attempt at addressing this scandal completely backfired on him when he told his supporters to essentially kick rocks. They hit back harder. So now Donald Trump is trying a new tactic, just distract. Talk about something entirely different, rile up the base, have them looking over there instead of over here, and that's what he's doing right now. And yesterday, he posted a bunch of outrageous things to shift the conversation, but we're not going to let him do that. So I want to show you just some of the posts that Donald Trump made yesterday, and then after, I want to talk about this new bombshell report that just came out about Donald Trump hosting a party for Epstein with young women, and it's interesting that he started rage posting on social media almost as soon as this came out. So let's just start here. One of the videos that Donald Trump posted yesterday was an AI video of Obama getting arrested. And this is all in connection with this new outrage that the Republicans have where they're claiming that Obama committed treason against Donald Trump for absolutely no reason. So just take a look at this video if you haven't seen it already. Can't play the sound because Donald Trump decided to put YMCA in the background, but that is an AI video of Trump sitting there in the Oval Office, Obama getting arrested by the FBI for some reason, and Trump is in the video smiling. And he posted this on his Truth Social account. This is the current president of the United States essentially calling for the arrest of his political opponents. Again, it's completely baseless. There's obviously no reason. That's why it's a distraction. Donald Trump knows that his base loves when he talks about arresting the deep state or arresting Obama or Biden or Hillary Clinton or whatever. And it's just so interesting that Donald Trump's own arguments in front of the Supreme Court completely contradict this video. Donald Trump is the guy who sued to get presidential immunity, so Obama can't get arrested for anything he did in office. So Trump kind of played himself in the long run with that, even though there is obviously no credible allegation against Obama of any wrongdoing. Trump's just quite literally making things up. Here's another post that Donald Trump posted, again, targeting Barack Obama specifically. This post came out yesterday at 7:56 p.m., and this was an all-day event. He was just posting nonstop. And he wrote, "How did Samantha Power make all of that money?" And then he included this image, with a bunch of different officials connected to President Obama, James Comey, obviously Obama's down there in the middle, James Clapper, Samantha Power, Susan Rice, all of these different people associated with Obama. And of course, they're all in orange jumpsuits. This wasn't made by Donald Trump. This was made by one of his fans. But this is once again Donald Trump calling for all of these people for no specific reason to be arrested. Just have them thrown in jail for no reason other than Donald Trump doesn't like them. Here's another post that I do want to show you before I get into this crazy new report about Donald Trump holding a party with Epstein and young women. Here's another one where he posted this tweet from a random MAGA fan, and it's a meme that says, "Until this happens, nothing will change." And presumably, of course, this is a bunch of Democrats being arrested. So Donald Trump is going all in on trying to target Democrats, have them arrested for no reason. And I could go on a rant about how gross this is, how gross it is for the current president of the United States, the guy who's currently sitting in the Oval Office, to be basically calling for his political opponents to be arrested for no reason. It's fascist, it's dictatorial, it's authoritarian, it's all of those different words. I could talk to you about why and how crazy this is. But I do want to be clear. We know it's crazy. You and me, we know that this is authoritarian. We know it's dictatorial. The reason Donald Trump is posting this is to distract from stories like these. And I must emphasize this. We cannot fall for this. It's easy for us to see things like this and get outraged. We rightfully should be outraged. It's gross. But we know what Donald Trump's tactic is. He's trying to post those things to get a reaction so we stop focusing on these things, and I won't let it happen. I want to talk about this story with you from The Guardian, citing a report from the New York Times. Their headline, "Trump once hosted a party for young women where Epstein was the only guest." Just think about that for a second. How much more evidence do these MAGA freaks need to understand that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were like this? They were like best buds. All these different photos and videos of them hanging out. Donald Trump sending Epstein a birthday card. An accuser of Donald Trump, somebody who accused him of assault, who we're going to look at in just a second, saying that they were best buddies. They were up to no good together. How much more evidence do these lunatics need? Let's dive into this story. Donald Trump once hosted a party with Epstein, once hosted a party with young women where the disgraced late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein was the only other guest. The only other guest. Are you kidding me? The president is, of course, under pressure to release all of these files. The anecdote in question was part of a New York Times piece on Saturday entitled "Inside the Long Friendship Between Trump and Epstein." It states that for nearly 15 years, the two men socialized together in Manhattan and Palm Beach before a falling out that preceded Mr. Epstein's first arrest. The piece goes on to describe Trump hosting, quote, "a party at Mar-a-Lago for young women in a so-called calendar girl competition. Epstein was the only other guest." So when Donald Trump in that birthday card that he sent to Epstein wrote, "We have certain things in common," I think by the day, we're learning more and more what that certain thing might be. I'm just throwing it out there. And let's just continue here. It states that the party was organized by Florida businessman George Horneray. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Mr. Horneray recalled being surprised that Mr. Epstein was the only other person on the guest list, it states. "I said, Donald, this is supposed to be a party with VIPs. He told the newspaper about the party in 2019. You're telling me it's just you and Epstein?" It comes just days after a bombshell report by the Wall Street Journal, which of course we learned about with that insane birthday card that Donald Trump sent to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday. And of course, he has denied any wrongdoing. He denied the card. He's now suing the Wall Street Journal. But Donald Trump hosting a one-on-one party essentially with Jeffrey Epstein and a bunch of young women. That headline, that sentence is enough to make you feel sick in your stomach. And, this all is in connection to folks like this. Stacy Williams, who, this is part of Donald Trump's distraction. She has come up in recent days. She's Epstein's ex-girlfriend, someone who has also accused Donald Trump of assault. And in connection with stories like these, she had this exclusive interview with CNN the other day where she dropped bombshells on Trump, saying that they were best buddies, they were up to no good, they were essentially partners in crime. And it's also worth looking at this video from 2025 where she also revealed something about Donald Trump. Take a look.
I'm considered number 27. I'm Donald Trump's 27th sexual assault victim. When I was doing Sports Illustrated, that's when he assaulted me. Jeffrey Epstein walked me into his office to be sexually assaulted by him.
Yeah, so in just that quick video, she's talking about how her assault went down, and Jeffrey Epstein walked her into Trump's office to be assaulted by him. So Donald Trump, this video connects to that story because Donald Trump is hosting young parties with young women and just Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein is bringing women to Donald Trump. It sounds like, again, I want to reiterate, the things they have in common that Donald Trump wrote in that birthday card are becoming more clear by the day. But, we'll surely learn more in the next few weeks, maybe even coming days, especially as this lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal continues to move forward if Donald Trump doesn't decide to drop it after realizing how bad it's going to be for him. But regardless, just want to stress again that things like this are outrageous. They are disgusting. The fact that the president of the United States is posting former presidents in orange jumpsuits is gross, but it's a distraction. It's a distraction. Donald Trump doesn't want you talking about stories like this. He doesn't want you talking about Stacy Williams, who has talked about Trump in recent days. He wants you looking elsewhere. So I'm going to stay focused on the story along with covering other parts of the Trump administration. I hope you'll join me on that journey. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Drop a like on the video, comment. Let me know what you think about this whole story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.